not related to a porcupine. They do use this spine for defense. What they'll do is they'll roll up into a ball. Spines never come out. In fact, I never see their spines come out when we're cleaning their house. So, they will roll up into a ball. The reason why they roll up into a ball is so that they don't expose animals out there for a very long time. But name is Chindy. He is 5 years old. Now, as far as Chindy goes, we can look at the spine. Again, a lot of people think that it's a porcupine or a hedgehog because of their spines. They do use their spines for defense, but I'll give you a little bit of a rundown on porcupines. When porcupines use their quills, porcupines back their predator up into a corner.
14 elephants here.
Minutes around Africa. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather. We're from a place that actually gets fall and winter. Well, we welcome. It's kind of lovely today. But before we get too far into things, your way to do it. Now, if anybody loses any items overboard on the tour, your goal is to remember where you dropped it. And let me know after the tour. We'll send someone out to retrieve it when it's safe to do so. But let me tell you this. If you say next to the giraffe can move. Try to remember an object that's permanently there, and that'll help out a lot. And then last, great view of a flamboyance. And that is what you call a group of flamingos. A flamboyance, and you'll see some bright pink. Anybody who's got the kind of grayish to pale white feathers, or even dark black in some areas, those are all the juveniles of various different ages. We had 37 chicks hatched this last breeding season, and 20 the year before, which was only a few months before. House rhinos that unfortunately we have had to rescue from the wild. And wanted to create a facility where we could expand their population, and not only stop zoos from taking animals out of the wild, but reverse the way that the zoo industry worked and work on expanding gene pools to help out the animal population, not just simply exhibit them. And this park has had a huge lasting impact. If you look out on the driver's side, you can see South Africa with some of our current visiting animals far from the north. It's an animal with hooves, that's it. So we can see some right here. These are called sable antelope. And you can see he's still a young man, but the dominant male is much darker than the rest. See if you can pick him out. You might notice it's easier, he's alone, as are many eligible young bachelors. But around him are the females of the group. And as I mentioned, I'm going to come to a stop. Just a little bit further ahead. There you go. Perfect. I'll stop right here and enjoy that view because there's... Take a moment, a break from those antelope, you guys. And what I was saying, to point out that all those turkey vultures in the sky, as well as many crows, are up there. You're seeing a whole mix. But up amongst them, I noticed there was a red-tailed hawk flying in their beds. So keep your eyes peeled. Very often, hawks will go after a nest, and then you'll see all the birds who were offended by that coming after them. But I mean, imagine being a lion and going after one of these antelope when they live in a herd of a few hundred individuals of their own kind. It's not as easy as it might seem, or especially not as easy as some of those shows make it sound on maybe like National Geographic or Discovery Channel. There's definitely an image. To finish what I was saying on the zebras is the further you get up close, their stripes blend together, and a predator have a very hard time telling one zebra apart from another, meaning you can't pick out that one you want to try to attack. You don't know where the neck might be, and that really does make even lions question their decisions. Now, I want to talk about these vultures because they're basically the diligent public servants of the world, and they get a lot of disrespect. First, for instance, how many people like vultures? All right, we got 2 people. See that? And the water buck, you can tell clearly got booted out of that feeding trough, are the shaggy brown ones. Water buck's defense is if lions show up, you run in the water. That's why they're named that after all. And they have a very oily coat, so it repels moisture and they can hopefully swim away. Fingers crossed there's no crocs out there, right? Hopefully. The eland are much bigger though, they're about 1,000 pounds apiece. If you think about it, they don't worry every single day that we're all to deal with different shade and camouflage. I mean, imagine living underneath trees. Little bits of light pop through, it might be a spotlight on you, but if your pattern blends in with all those little spots of light or stripes of light, you disappear. So you can honestly look at them and tell if they're dealing with even the type of shade that they're going to be underneath in their habitat. Now, we can change our clothes, they can't. And they're very much honed into their native habitats. Now I will say this, congratulations to all humans back there, because we are a very adaptable species. We've had a lot of success because of it. We can live anywhere from polar climates to deserts to you name it, the coast, inland, all over. Mountains, valleys. Many of these animals don't have that same Swiss Army knife approach to life. And so they need those habitats. When they're gone, they're gone. That doesn't leave a lot of chance for those other animals to survive. So over here on the passenger side, I want to take one brief moment and point out our native habitat. Because I'm from Southern California, this is my backyard essentially. He doesn't move around too much, but when he does, he enjoys golfing, a lot of other things retirees like. So good for you, buddy. Chuck's great. However, if you're a lion, bad move. 4,000-pound animal, no way. Terrible choice. So they go after the little ones, but ultimately the easiest thing to hunt is a farm animal. A lot of ranchers will bring their animals very close to where lions live and then be upset when lions hunt those. This is the South African oryx with long horns and black and white faces. Beautiful antelope. But I want to keep up with this guy. His name is Eric, and you have now seen a black rhino and a white rhino within moments of each other. Pop quiz, what color are they? Pretty gray to me. I don't know about you guys. And this is a lesson for all of us. People make mistakes, right? And there were many mistakes made in many areas of the human world. I'm not here to give a lecture on humanity and decency or anything like that, but we'll just say the colonial period was not great for many individuals, human or animal. When it comes to the black rhino, they got a that's pointy, almost as like a small tapir's lip. By the way, pardon us for intruding on you, Eric, as you use the restroom. But that's called the dung mitten he's using. That's where rhinos actually mark their territory. If you need a house guest of any of these animals, I would highly recommend today that pandas have ever been. But you're supporting their conservation as well. Now beneath us, I want you to say hello to 2 brand new giraffes to the park. This is basically what I would call the shallow end of the pool. These are 2 young females introduced to our herd for breeding. And we see these buildings for a number of reasons. It's called a boma. One of the reasons might be if an animal was sick and really needed personalized care, but we didn't want to do it the disservice of taking it away from its friends and family. And a lot of these animals are so social to the point that as soon as they're alone, you'd be adding a layer of stress they didn't need if they weren't feeling well. So it could be for house calls. And other reasons, it might be for what you're seeing, introducing a brand new animal so they can get used to the other animals. They have stripes. Because when you look at an animal, you can genuinely tell a lot about how mammals look based on the fact that most mammals on the planet don't have the same color vision we do. We are very, you could say lucky, I guess, but these animals don't have worse vision, it's just different. 2 main factors at work here, and by the way, I would heavily encourage if you need a new wallpaper for your phone, The view out on the driver's side is quite lovely in my opinion. You can see a native gull who might take... They can raise their internal body temperature to over 115 degrees Fahrenheit and allow the heat to escape out of their horns that way.
Thank you. Thank you.
好生活嘛，我就是动物的。
动物我有个都睡白看袂到，睡白看袂到。